Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Coin Lady channel. Ripple channel is growing rapidly at the moment, confident that they will prevail in their legal battle with the SEC. Even if they did believe there was a significant chance that they would lose, I believe they would still acknowledge that there is a highly likely path forward for XRP in the United States. I know they won't say this publicly, but it's my educated guess. It's been fascinating to observe. The president of Ripple, Monica Long, has made a number of statements that I will share with you in this video. One of them is that the company is growing, beginning with the first quarter of this year. Having been around for well over a decade and hearing naysayers say things like, "Oh, no one's ever gone, that's never going to take off," it has been fascinating to witness the rise of RippleNet and, more specifically, on-demand liquidity using XRP as a bridge currency. And then you find out that the last big announcement they made was that they were up 800 or 900% year over year. I knew it was just the haters and not the Bitcoin or Maxi Maxes out there, so that's pretty satisfying. I was well aware that their words made not the slightest bit of sense. And now look at how much adoption is happening in the real world. In light of the foregoing, I eagerly anticipate the release of their next major markets report in anticipation of learning more about the company's Q1 growth. But bear in mind that this report on the market may be the last one ever. In other words, the case between the SEC and Ripple has not yet come to a resolution. Obviously, it will depend on when Judge Torres announces her decision. However, it will be fascinating to compare pre- and post-adoption rates. Is there going to be any impact? Actually, I do think that way. Now, I know that in the rest of the world, I don't expect that to make a difference, except with any chord or touch in the United States, where I would expect you to see an explosion once there is a clear path forward for XRP. The asterisks indicate that this is contingent upon our obtaining it. For XRP's sake, we need that sort of definition. This tweet was published only a few days ago, on the 18th. When will Judge Torres make a decision in the SEC v. Ripple case? Now, please share your thoughts with me in the space provided below. And I have no idea. I had hoped that we might be able to witness it, but it seems less likely that we will as time goes on. While 53.6% are pessimistic, 46.4% are optimistic that this will occur in March. 53.6% reply no, I don't have any wisdom. Who knows? That's exactly what I have in mind. But I'm going to trust the filing attorney's word for it because he predicted as much a year ago. According to him, we should have that decision by the end of March. I'm going to take a chance and say that we will definitely see it before the months are up. If I'm wrong, though, it won't affect anything. That's a pretty obvious outcome then. But please share your thoughts with me. I take a peek at the Daily Hodl's banner and President Shockwave high expectations for success in the SEC's lawsuit against XRP estimates when a decision will be made. The US Securities and Exchange Commission has filed a lawsuit against Ripple Labs, alleging that its XRP token is a security. Ripple Labs President Monica Long is confident that the lawsuit will be successful. In a recent interview with CNBC, Long expressed confidence that the court would rule in favor of Ripple, while the SEC's chances of success in court are low. The president of Ripple, a payments company, has said that the crypto industry wants regulatory clarity and certainty from the US markets regulator because the law is on Ripple's side. So, here is some wisdom from Ripple's own president, Monica Long. In light of the bigger picture in the United States, we don't see the SEC prevailing in this lawsuit. The facts and the law are on our side. Instead of setting clear rules and regulation, which is what everyone in the industry wants, we're seeing action through enforcement. Now that there is a precedent set by Ripple, we may see a decision in the SEC's lawsuit against the payments company before the end of 2023. Here's another one of Monica Long's sayings. Ripple and the SEC have both filed motions for summary judgment in their respective lawsuits against each other. As a result, the judge will have to decide what to do next. We're optimistic about having a positive resolution there sometime this year, end quote. And I will tell you also, so having watched the actual interview that they are talking about here, I think it's about 6 minutes longer. That she was stressing Ripple again, growing despite everything that's happening, struck me as particularly noteworthy. And this is encouraging news for XRP. Obviously, in order for XRP to have a promising future, there can be no ripples. Even if a disaster scenario in the United States causes the price of XRP to plunge for a while, markets find a bottom in the long run, so it's encouraging to see XRP being adopted with Ripple's use case of XRP as an actual bridge currency. And after that, I believe markets tend to become a little bit more rational. And it will be widely known that XRP is still going to be used for this purpose around the world. In a worst-case scenario, the only section of the globe where XRP can't be used is a section that touches the United States. People outside the US are likely to take comfort in the fact that this doesn't mean XRP will disappear anytime soon, more so than those in the US. And I do know that I'm in the United States, in the good old Midwest here. Therefore, for me, if we actually get that disaster scenario, I've thought about it and I don't have a perfect answer for what I do, but I have to find some sort of path forward, assuming that XRP takes off at some point in the future, because I still believe that it would. I'd have to find some sort of path forward for me to be able to realize. I simply cannot imagine how that would appear. I don't have sufficient clarity on that right now, and that's frustrating too. I'm not losing sleep over it, but it is something that pops into my mind now and then, despite my increased confidence that we will see some positive results after we receive this ruling from Judge Torres. I'm sure everyone else who is listening to the US has done the same thing. It's already difficult to do business with cryptocurrencies in the United States, and things have gotten much worse recently due to the widespread collapse of financial institutions unrelated to cryptocurrency. The cryptographic infrastructure is also under attack. It appears that, yes, I do think that. The proof, in my opinion, is immediately apparent. There is an abundance of proof that this is the case. Therefore, the question becomes, can I even get out when we have a run the next time? I'm at a loss for what to do. Do I have to use stablecoins until I figure that out? The good news is that it appears that other banks are making an effort to fill the void. However, it remains to be seen which banks are willing to do so in light of the fact that governments are effectively gunning for them. So, I'm not sure. Well, let's see what happens. In addition, you published an article today titled Ripple CTO Challenges SEC to Clarify Cryptocurrency Regulations. And all they are doing is reporting on David Schwartz's tweet. I'm sure you've all heard that the SEC plans to sue Coinbase over their staking program and their listing of unregistered securities, and the retweet in question was from a guy named Mark Forster, who is sharing quotes from Coinbase's chief legal officer on the subject. This is what they've indicated they are going to do. However, I have no idea which cryptocurrencies they intend to claim or whether or not these securities qualify as such. And so, Ripple's CTO and co-creator of XRP and the XRP ledger, David Schwartz, retweeted that thread and said, humorously but accurately, obviously the SEC can't tell you what the rules are. You'll probably just go along with them if that happens, so it's worth considering. Take into account this. I can't help but ponder the question, why are there so many bad actors in this space if there are so many companies in the United States that are in crypto and so many of them are breaking apparently clear laws? This makes no sense. If you're familiar with the industry and the players involved, you'll know that we're talking about legitimate cryptocurrency exchanges and established businesses like Ripple. There is an abundance of illustrations. I don't understand why so many people all of a sudden are just like, yeah, I don't care about the law. For the sake of potential financial ruin, I'd rather get sued. That's not how people act, of course not. They're just making an effort to survive in America. However, now that this clarity is lacking, American entrepreneurs are leaving the country in droves. You wouldn't expect so many people to be casually dismissive of legal requirements as, oh yeah, there are laws and I can just fill out some forms and comply, but that's exactly what seems to be happening. In your mind, that many people believe that? Absolutely not. It's frustrating because I can't help but wonder what non-crypto enthusiasts who read the news on the side think. I'm curious as to their opinion. They probably don't have a positive impression, but they also don't have enough information to form an informed one. Still, I have faith in the long run, and it's encouraging to see Ripple growing in spite of the craziness that surrounds it and, yes, the adoption of XRP as part of that growth. It will be interesting to see the Q1 totals when they're finalized. Feel free to leave a comment on my poll below, but Monica Long gave the first hint I've heard that we're probably going to be happy with what those results are. Share your thoughts with me. The poll, which has now closed with nearly 5,000 votes, found that 46% of respondents believe the case will be resolved this month. Approximately 53% disapprove. Leave your thoughts in the comments section. I'm grateful to the nearly 5,000 people who cast ballots. It's entertaining to periodically take an informal poll to gauge the general consensus on a specific issue. But I think I should end this now. In terms of money, I'm not an expert. Nothing I say or write should be used as a basis for making any kind of financial transaction. In the end, please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.